Hi all, this is Abhi Gangani and I'm developer advocate at Fetch. Today we will be building a system or a decentralized system using a Web3 package as well as Agents package to create a BNB chain wallets and then transact tokens between them, verify the transaction status, and even monitor any given wallet address, right? So to achieve this, first of all, we'll see what are the features of this system. So we'll send BNB transactions and then we'll also check the transaction status using BSC scan. We'll monitor the wallet activity as well as we will interact between new agents using different handlers. Now to start this, first of all, we need some Python packages and you can get that from the requirements.txt file present over here. So our packages include Web3, of course, UAgents, at account to create the wallet, request to make request to BSC scan, and of course dot environment to save our variables. Yeah. So the first step in this process is to create the wallets. Now to create the wallets, simply what I am doing here is importing account from that account and creating two wallets and getting their wallet addresses as well as the private keys. To achieve that, I already have that running on my machine. Not running, but I'll run this on my machine. That's the script for wallet creation, the same thing which I have shown you right now, and I have activated the environment. If you go here, you will see how to activate the environment, how to clone the repo, and how to install the requirements. And you also need your .env file, but before that we'll be creating wallets and saving the details. So I'll simply run here in one of the things. Wait, just before starting I'll confirm the version at account, that is the one we are expecting, 13.5, and then we will create the wallets. So if you can see, we have got two wallets here with two wallet addresses and private keys, right? I'll take this wallet address and I will save it in my .env file. That's the wallet address, and the second one is the private key. Third one is BSC API key, BSC scan API key. I will show you how to get that as well, but just before that I'll show you the wallets, what next we have to do with the wallets. So if I go here on BSC scan, there I can check the balance for testnet on this wallet, and we'll look up onto this. The token quantity is 0, right? So what we'll do is we'll do testnet BNB faucet here. Quickly we'll choose a Discord option, and here the steps are shown that we have to do it slash faucet and then the address. So I'll go and do like faucet and my given address which we have just created, right? Okay, that's the one we need, ending with A4. Yeah, that's the one. As soon as you send this, it will give you captcha to confirm. I'll NBRSM4 verified. Okay, it shows that I have requested it within 24 hours, and because of that with my user ID, so what I'll do is I'll check the previous one which I already had, right? Yeah, so this is the one which I already created and already has some balance. So you can create like this and you will have balance of 0.3 BNB in your account like I have for this one, right? So we have created a wallet. Now we have some tokens into this as well. Now the next step is for like sending a transaction, but before sending a transaction, let us look more into what our system looks like. Right now we have wallets, but what our system looks like. So we have three agents. One is the agent with the wallet itself, it will transfer funds. The other one is for verification of the transaction, and third one is monitoring our agent with the wallet. So third agent is monitoring the first agent with wallet. So what happens is a user goes and asks that I want to transfer given amount of BNB to a wallet address, to any of the wallet address. Agent 1 sends the transaction, and the hash whatever it gets, it sends that hash, transaction hash, to agent 2 for the verification for the status of the transaction. And if the transaction is complete, it will send back that it is verified and transaction is completed, or if not, it will come back with an error, whatever is the reason for rejection of the transaction. And then the monitoring agent, in every 10 seconds it is checking the latest blocks on the blockchain, and as soon as it finds the transaction, it gets that the transaction has happened, either money or tokens are sent or received, right? So it will notify any of the thing. Right now we don't have the notification thing enabled, but yeah, that's how we get the transaction. And if, as soon as we get the transaction, well, we can notify. So one by one we'll look into all these three codes, the agent codes, and then we will execute them. Let us just start with agent 1. uh, this is the same thing which I have in the repo. I have it on my local machine. Yeah, so that's my agent 1. In our previous sessions, we have seen how to create an agent. Simply, we are creating a local agent, and we are providing three data models. The first one is for getting the post request. Now here we are getting a post request with the wallet address to which we have to send the token, the amount of token, and agent 2 address is basically where we have to send it for the verification, right? The second data model, which is request details, is for sending the transaction hash to the verification agent, and it will come back with a response. And this response is the same data model which will be sending the response for the post request, right? Now we are getting the user wallet and user key from .env file, and this is the address. I've just hard coded it as well, but not really required. You can send it in post request, which will you be doing. I'll just comment this line, even if it's that's fine. Yeah, okay. Now we are connecting this whole thing to BNBChain testnet using web3, and then we have on REST post handler. So this is a handler with agent which will help you handle the post request on this endpoint. Like after this localhost 8000 port, you can provide the endpoint and you can send the post request to that, or you can even host your agent anywhere on the virtual machine and can provide the URL over there, the API, the IP over there, and yeah, then you can use it so that it can be available overall worldwide. But right now it is just on my local machine. It will be accepting the request transfer. This is the one which I've just explained you, and it gives back the response as response transfer. This thing remains almost similar to what we do for on message. We are just defining a function with context and the transfer data model. We'll be handling it and giving the response like this. Now before that, we'll convert the address to checksum format. Then we'll get the nonce as well for that wallet. Then we'll set the parameters, like to what address we have to send what value, and what is the chain ID. It's 97 for BNB. So basically some parameters to send transaction over web3. Yeah, we'll sign the transaction using user key. Again, user key is the one which we are getting from the .env itself while creating our wallets. We got this, right? And using the signed transaction, we are basically sending the transaction. As soon as we send the transaction, we get a transaction hash, and the transaction hash is converted to hex. And now what we are doing here is sending it to the verification agent, as I showed, right? Over here. Now the transaction is done. It is sending the transaction for verification to the verification agent. So here's a new function in the UAgents package. Earlier what was happening is we can just send a message to another agent, and to receive back a message we have to altogether define a different message handler. But now you can do it within the same handler. You can send and receive the message. Inside this is the address, agent address to which we have to send the message, right? This is the request or data model which we have to send. We are sending transaction hash inside request details, which I've shown you here, and we are getting the response in format of response transfer, which again is defined here, right? Now keep an eye on these two, because these two things we will be needing it in the agent 2 or verification agent. Yeah, as soon as we get the message back, we'll check the message and the status and send it as the response to the post request, and we'll run this agent. So yeah, this is quite simple, no rocket science in this. And then now we'll create the second agent, which is our verification agent. Keep in mind that this is running on 8000 port and this is our second agent, so it should run on different port. Same way, we'll be creating the agent here. We'll be loading the .env for BSC scan API key. To verify the address, we need BSC scan API key. We are getting this from the environment, and again we are connecting to the testnet chain. See here we have the data models which we had in agent 1, because it should know that what is the type of request and response it will get, right? Same data models, and keep in mind they are same, otherwise things won't work for you. We are just making an API call to get transaction status, and just defining another on message handler which will get the request details and which will give the response that the status of transaction is this. In API, we'll see if error is there, what is the error, and if the status is 1 and message is okay, we'll do successful transfer. Otherwise, if any error is there, we'll send back that the transaction is rejected or not completed because of this reason, and we'll run this agent as well. So now we have successfully completed agent 1, which will send the transaction, and agent 2, which will verify the transaction. Let us check the monitoring agent, which will keep on monitoring our wallet with this address, right? And if any transaction is there, it will inform us. So monitor wallet is here. Again, what we are doing, we are defining agent again on one different port, 8003, right? First was 8000, second was 8001, and now this is 8003. Connecting to the BNBChain testnet. This is the checksum address of the given wallet address. Where it is getting the wallet address from is again the environment itself, right? And we are just using on interval block. In every 10 seconds we are checking 3 blocks, right? We are keep on checking 3 blocks, and if we find any transaction for the given address in those blocks, we are basically printing the details like block number, what is the hash, and from where to where the transaction is done with the value. Cool. Yeah, okay. And this is the recorded transaction, and if there is any error, we are taking it as exception and we are catching it, and then we are just running this agent. So we have our 3 agents ready, right? And we'll be running this one by one and see how the whole system works together. Okay. Okay, we'll run agent 1 first of all. Before running it, I'll just check the Python the uagents version is 20.1 or something newer than that, or try to get 20 or 21st version, but 20 is fine for us. And then I will run python 3 agent1.py. Let us wait and see if it's running. Yeah, it is starting the server on this, register to the Almanac API, and it is up to date, right? Now we'll run agent 2 for us. This is also running. This is the verification agent. This is the agent with the wallet itself, or who is sending the transaction. Then we will run the third agent, which is wallet creation agent. No, sorry, monitor wallet agent, right? This will monitor our thing. So let's check. No new blocks since last scan, and in every 10 seconds it will scan 3 blocks for the given address. See, it is scanning from this to this block. Again in 10 seconds it will scan 3 more blocks. See, yeah, 46 to 48, 49 to 52. Now what we'll do is we'll make the transaction itself. Okay, we don't need this. So we'll take the post request from the repo itself. I'll show you how it works. So if you see, there's a post request and all the steps are given, whatever we have been doing, running the agents and then sending a curl request to our agent 1. Our to address is this, amount is this, and everything is there. So I'll just copy this from here and create a new file here, for instance sample. I'll paste this here, right? And for this, okay, port is 8000. We are sending BNB, the same endpoint which we have had the handler for, right? Now our agent address, the agent 2 address, right, the verification agent should be having address ending with 3CF, right? Let us check. Okay, it's a different one, so I'll update this. Perfect. And to address the wallet address to where we want to send the transaction to, let us do one thing. Let us create one different wallet. Python 3 wallet creation. Simply create a random wallet. Yeah, and let's see what is the balance in it for now. 0, right? We'll update it here. Amount is going to be 0.1, let's say. Agent 2 address is done, and yeah, all the details are set. We'll try and send this now. Okay, send to address is this, agent address is this, application all good, 8000. Yep, so we are doing it successfully. Transfer confirmed by receiver. Now this is our wallet. Here we can see user BNB to make the transaction. Signed transaction is this, and then it says transaction sent with hash this. Successfully transferred. This is confirmed by second agent. If I'll go to second agent, receive transaction is status request for this. Status is status 1. Okay, result is error is 0. Error description nothing because it is 0. And successful transfer confirmed with transaction hash this. And if I check my monitoring agent, this is my transaction hash. If I'll see again, ending with 992D, and if I go here, it has received same transaction between wallet this and this. So first check the balance for this one. It has changed, quantities changed to 0.1, right, minus, and we'll check 2 as well if it has received it. Quantity changed by 0.1. It is confirmed. I'm not sure why token quantity is not increased, but it has shown that it is increased. And yeah, so that was the overall thing. That was the overall details about the project. We will make some improvements, like whenever we are getting a transaction or sending or receiving a transaction on the wallet, we can basically send notifications via Telegram or using Twilio API to do something. You can get your BSC scan API key from here in the repo itself, and you can simply go to account dashboard and create one for you. It will be like this. I'll delete this one because it was just for the session. And also to get testnet faucet, we have provided a link here, right? That was it for this session and system which we were developing using agents, Web3 and BNBChain. Hope I will be connecting soon to you and coming up with some new systems and projects using agents. Thank you so much for joining me on this session.